We are here with our friend Tom Sims, who is with Hyundai. Thank you so much. We're having the best time talking. In fact, poor Ryan, the cameraman, is like, let's get on with it. Let's get on with it. You should be talking on camera because we're talking about sort of loving your own product. I just said I absolutely love the Hyundai behind me, and you said it's a big seller right now.
The big seller, Santa Fe. In fact, my sister just bought one yesterday. We were talking, and my wife owns one. She's had it for about 6 months or whatever, and loves it. Just absolutely loves it. So they're phenomenal cars. And then we've got the new Ioniq that just came out, which is a hybrid, or you can get a full electric version. So they have 3 different versions of the new Ioniq. So, but phenomenal cars, great, huge gas mileage, 50, 60 miles a gallon.
I'm curious about that. We'll have to do a little investigating and talk about that next time we're here. One of the things, we had Jessica in the previous segment, was really interesting to me because now having experienced Hyundai a few different times, I feel such a positive, inclusive culture here.
Yes,
and it was funny when we were talking, you said, I'd like to talk about the people that we have here. It's really important. Can you share with me about the culture of this dealership?
Yeah. No matter where you go, car lots are car lots, but we try not to be a car lot. We strive on giving a customer an experience. When you walk in the door, somebody says hi. Whether it's one of the guys at the desk, the young lady at the counter, or one of the salespeople. We don't try to jump on them the minute they pull up in their car. Some lots, they're waiting behind trees and in the bushes, and they jump on you the minute you get out of your car. We like our customers to come in, settle down, give them a minute, then offer them some water, and especially the customers that say, I don't want any help, I don't want to be bothered, I just want to go look. Fine, go ahead. And then what'll happen is a few minutes later, someone will go out and with a couple of bottles of water here while you're walking around, if you like a bottle of water or something.
Oh, by the way, can you help me do this or that?
Exactly. If you have any questions, we'll do that kind of thing. But it's a different culture. Walk into any dealership in this area, in any area, and then walk into our dealership, and you'll notice right off the feel and the comfort level that we have here.
What is that a function of? What breeds the company culture?
Well, it starts at the top. It starts with me and goes down through all the managers and training the people to be, we have the 10-foot rule. If you come within 10 foot of somebody, you're being helped, you need someone, you need assistance of any kind. No, I'm in service, that's okay. Like a bottle of water, about 40% of our customers come out of service, so they're here buying, getting their car repaired, and they start looking around, and before you know it, they're in service. So we do a lot of leasing, and the average lease customer only keeps their car of a 36-month lease, 25 to 27 months. So they'll be here for service, and then they trade it early, and they have specials where they'll, either roll in your next remaining payments, or at some points they say, we're going to not even make you make the remaining payments. You can come in, trade your car, and walk away from the old car and get a brand new one. So there's always specials.
When I come into a dealership like this, especially with you all, do I develop a relationship with you, Tom, and when I keep coming back, I see you, Tom, or is it, in other words, do I have my own special salesperson?
Usually, you create a relationship with the salesperson. We're all here as backup for the salespeople and for the service. I'm just not sales, I'm service as well. So I'm a backup to the backup. So that's what we do. So you develop that relationship with a salesperson, and they've all been here a long time. I've got 2 guys that are 8 and 10 years that they've been here. Most of them have been here 4 or 5 years and have, like CJ, he was in service for 5 years. Now he's been out here for sales for a year. So he's got quite the following.
And he's cross-trained in a lot of different things. Do most of us come in as informed consumers, and where are the areas that we're most challenged or vulnerable now, do you think, as consumers?
A lot of people, 20 years ago, the average customer went to 6 dealerships before they would make a buying decision. Now it's 1.3, 1.6. And how do you get that 1.3, 1.6? Because some people hit 2, some only go to 1, because what they do is they narrow it down on the internet, and then they go to the store that gives them the best information that they feel the most comfortable with, or it could be the proximity to where they live. But like I said, I'm selling cars right now
in Ormond Beach, in Florida,
and in Jacksonville,
exactly.
North Carolina. I've sold 5 from the community I came from. People, because they trust me and they trust, they know me, and they know they're going to get a great deal, or they just that whole comfort, like you were talking about, what makes it comfortable, what makes it good. So.
Yeah, well, it's really interesting to me because a car is like jewelry or something that's really valuable to me. I have one of it, and I want to make sure that I entrust my vehicle and I know about the place that I'm doing business
Right.
with, because really my car is going to be as good as its service.
You
right?
don't realize, but it's it's the second largest purchase you make, but you just don't make it every 5 or 10 years like you do on a home. You make it usually every 2 to 4 years. People trade their cars, and when you bring it in for service, you want to make sure that it's being taken care of properly. That if you leave any valuables in there, that you're not going to have to worry about them being there when you get back.
Well, let me ask you a question about your sales team. When you're teaching or educating a sales team, what are you sharing with them? What kind of knowledge are you imparting? Is it about how to fix the tire, or is it more about how the car works?
Well, the first thing we train them is to know the product. They need to know the product, because when you have a question, and what we tell them is, when you have a question that you don't know, I'll get back to that with you, and then finish what you're doing, and then go and find that information up, because the customer is going to want to know if they brought it up once, and then a second time, then it's the salesman's fault for not getting the information to them. So the first thing is the product. And then it's, learning your customers and the experience, with the customer. So, that's how we do that.
But not being afraid to say, hey, let me check that out. I would imagine that things change exponentially with each year that goes by.
It's unbelievable. I started January of 1980, so 37 years ago, I started selling cars. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. Most businesses, I'd be retired by now.
Exactly.
But with 3 kids and a wife, so I was just talking, I got my Social Security, what I'm going to make at 65 or 66. I'm like, I can't live on that. I'm going to be working forever.
So, what a great place to work.
Yeah, it's a great atmosphere. And like I said, we love that atmosphere. We love that feeling, and that, I don't know if you call it a chi or a feeling, or just how the whole place interacts and everybody works together, and you never hear any yelling and screaming and things like that. It's very calm. And
we heard a lot of giggling going on back there too.
Well, we work together 8 to 12 hours a day, all of us.
You guys probably
some
know
of
each
them
other.
only work 8, but some of us also work 10 to 12, like myself and Mike and Matt. We're here at 8:30 in the morning until 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Well, if you haven't had a chance to come by and visit Hyundai, you really need to do it. I think you speak the truth. It's really fun to come in here, and everyone makes us feel very welcome here at Girl Talk.
Thank you.
We want to thank all of you for joining us this week. Have a great one. Bye-bye.